Okay, all right. I've turned on the recording. So, good evening, all. Welcome to this masterclass on financial investments. All right, my name is Lawrence Ifesie. I welcome you all once more. And without wasting much of our time, tonight's session will be on fixed income investment. Fixed income investment. You know, I have taught us about stock. I've taught us about mutual funds. I've taught us about managing our money, budgeting, and all that. But today we'll be going to fixed income investment. All right. I will open my slide, my PowerPoint, and you will be seeing that. Okay. Please, as I talk, if you have any question, you ask me. Please don't keep mute. That's why I have unmuted everyone. All right. That's why I've unmuted everyone. So let me go ahead to sharing of my screen. Okay. All right. Can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen? Can we see my screen? Please talk to me. Can we see my screen? Huh.
Yes, sir. It's showing now.
All right. Thank you very much, ma. So the topic for tonight is fixed income investment. Before we proceed, meet your instructor. I'm Lawrence Ifesie. I'm a businessman, a radiographer, stock investor. I'm a crypto enthusiast. I'm a mentor of many, and I'll be your financial angel to bring clarity to your financial struggles. All right. All right. Okay. What we're going to learn tonight. Tonight is actually two classes combined. First one is.
Your screen again.
You can't see my screen anymore?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sorry. Let me share screen. Start sharing. Okay.
We can see it
Okay.
now.
Thank you very much. Sorry for that. All right. So what we'll be learning tonight is basically is fixed income investment, and afterwards I will now teach us how to diversify our portfolio. So let me explain what fixed income investment is. Now, fixed income investment, you know, unlike all those stuff like investment and mutual fund and all that, fixed income investment is that investment that you know the amount you are earning even from the beginning. Like the word says, it is fixed, meaning that your principal, your capital is 100% preserved. Then in most cases, you will know the amount you are earning, your dividend or your interest, even from the beginning. So that is actually fixed income investment. Most of them, in fact, they have little or no risk. The reason why I'm even use okay, in fact, actually they have no risk. The reason why I will use little risk is because you know, you may invest with a particular platform, and maybe that platform folds up, something happens to it. That is the only time you say that your money, you know, that you lose your money. But all things being equal, it's actually 100% safe. So we call it little, medium, low to medium risk investment. All right, low to medium risk investment. So your capital is usually preserved, and you know you can predict your income. You can predict your income from the onset. So we have few of them. Example is we have the treasury bills, we have the commercial papers, we have the federal government bonds, we have the federal government saving bond, then fintech platform savings. All right, I think I will start from this fintech platform savings. Okay, this one is one we all know about. Fintech is actually all this um the financial institutions that are licensed. So most of them are affiliated with banks. Some are licensed by CBN. Example of fintech is OPay, PamPay. Those ones are fintech platform. MoneyPoint, we know them. eTransact. Those ones are fintech platform. And if you save with them, most times they give higher interest than your bank. In case you are in this, if you are in this class, please, I will beg you, or I will encourage you, stop keeping your money in the bank. After federal government, the next people that are wicked are the bankers. Don't keep your money in the bank. Better keep it in a fintech platform, or other ones like Cowrywise, Optimus and all. Keep it there. You will earn more interest keeping your money in fintech platform than leaving it in the bank. All right. So I define it that fintech are digital fixed income style products offered by licensed fintech companies, often in partnership with banks or asset managers. If you open PamPay, in PamPay, you will see a lot of asset managers there. You see the ARM, you see the RAN, you see there are many of them, the Hala, there are many of them there. You can actually, invest or save with some of these those those asset managers in the platform. All right. So having said that, I've already made video on how to save using Optimus. I also made a fresh one this evening on how to save, how to do your Optimal Flex, Optimal Target, and Optimal Lock, and they give higher interest rates. That is one thing about saving with fintech. So you can try it out. Their duration is, you can withdraw anytime. It's flexible. So if you are using OptiFlex, for example, even in PamPay, even in OPay, they have this flexible saving. You can withdraw at any time, and still they'll still give you a reasonable interest, rates. Then there's also the fixed one. For example, in Optimal, it's called OptiLock, whereby you fix your money. Even in Cowrywise, you will fix your money and you won't touch it till that definite period of time. In fact, those Cowrywise people, they are very strict. Someone told me that that she saved money in Cowrywise and she wants to withdraw it, and she's not even seen any withdrawal icon. That is it. Once you lock your money there, they won't even give you no place you can withdraw until that particular time. But if it's in Optimus, you can actually see icon for withdrawal. But what will now happen is they will share the interest, with you. So in fact, let me not say much. I've already recorded video on that. So let me just proceed. So the risk level is low to medium risk. Now, the risk depends on the underlying instrument, the quality of the partner bank, and regulatory compliance. So, like I said, their risk is very medium or low, because there's no way you will lose all your money. All right. The only time that your money will vanish if the company if the institution, the platform you are using to invest, maybe if they have issue, if they run into problem with government, or something like that, that is the only time that your money will vanish. But all things being equal, your money is safe. Example of this platform we have the Piggyverse, we know them, Cowrywise, Kuda, Fairmoney, Rise, OPay, PamPay, all these Optimus. I listed them here. So you can save with them and your money will be better. Please, if you are like this evening now, so someone sent me her plans, and she was showing me banks where she will save. She puts any bank, Fidelity Bank, this bank. I told her, I said, take away all this you're saving from this bank. keep them in fintech, they will give you higher interest. All right. Having said that, let's go to treasury bill. Now, what are treasury bills? These are short-term debt instruments issued by federal government through CBN. So in treasury bill, you lend money to the government. All right. So it's like you now, you are them government are coming to borrow money from you, government. Now, for treasury bills, is like I said, is 100% safe actually. Now, duration is usually 91 days, 180 days, 364 days, like depending on the one that you want to do. All right. So there is 3 months, there is 6 months, there is 1 year. So depending on the one that you want to to do. It's usually, if you're asking where can I do it, you can get it in, if you're using Afri Investor, there sometimes they will announce treasury bill. Anytime the federal government bills are out, they will announce it there. So the platforms, I've mentioned one for you, Afri Investor. So, and the interest is usually, sometimes it ranges from 10% to up to 18% per annum. All right. For those of us that have money, you can actually invest in treasury bills. And the minimum, I think the minimum investment in treasury bills is I know there's one that the minimum investment, okay, I think in treasury bills, primarily is usually huge, but then if you're buying primarily from the government, I think it's usually around 50 million, but there's secondary. For that secondary, you can invest with as low as 5,000. All right, yeah, 5,000. You can buy from secondary brokers. What I mean by secondary brokers is, for example, Afri Invest, they may buy from government at, let's say, 18%, right? They can get it at 18%, then they can now give it to sell it in units to people at maybe 15%, 13%, or as the case may be. So those that have little money capital can also key in. So that is that for treasury bills. All right. Second one is commercial paper. This one is also a short-term debt instrument issued by companies to meet immediate funding needs. Now, why treasury bills is given by government, is issued by government, commercial papers are mostly from companies. I think last year I saw Dangote company, they issued a commercial paper. Like others, this one is actually 100% safe again, because you will know your interest from the beginning. You can even choose to reinvest your interest safe, in commercial paper. So it's usually issued by companies. I've seen that I think I saw that out of Dangote last year. I think different companies, when they need immediate funding, they will just issue this commercial paper. For example, when they wanted to start that to upgrade their refinery in Dangote, they said that they needed 150 billion, a commercial paper of 50 billion. Now, me and you, we don't have that 15 billion yet now. But these asset managers, they can get it and then begin crowdfunding as little as 5 million, 500,000, I think 100,000. You can key in commercial paper. And the duration is usually 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. I think the highest is 270 days. For someone asking me that he has, if someone has a particular amount of money and doesn't know what to do with it, this commercial paper is a wonderful place to actually put your money. Let's say you put 500,000 and the interest rate sometimes can be up to 20% per annum. All right. So you can actually put that 500,000 and your interest rate should be maybe, let's say 20-something thousand or 40-something thousand. You can also reinvest. You can even take your interest up front. Let's say you have 100,000 and your interest is 50,000 or 80,000. You can say, okay, give me my 80,000 now. You can take your 80,000, and after the end of that 6 months, 7 months, 6 months, 9 months, you cannot take back your 500,000. That is one thing about it. Remember, I told you in fixed income, you know the amount you are making, your dividend or your income, even before it comes. So it's predictable. All right. Another place you can actually get it is in Afri Invest. Now, I think for treasury bills and commercial paper, you can easily see. Let me open my Afri Invest so that people will see what I'm talking about, so that it not look as if I'm giving theory here. Yeah. If you check now, please, can we still see my screen? Can we see my screen? Okay. Afri Invest 2.0 now. You can see stock. Okay. You can see
commercial. Can you zoom in?
How else can I zoom in there?
I'll be zoom out. Let's see. It's tiny.
Okay, it's tiny. How do I do that now? You know, I'm using phone. I think my stuff is a landscape. It's a landscape. And okay, I think okay. Let me rotate my. All right. Oh my, it can't rotate. Okay, but once you open your Afri Investor, you can see stock. You can see treasury bills. Treasury bills usually open, I think, once a month, or better still, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You will see it. So tomorrow we will check if there's any treasury bill. So if there is, that means I'm a fixed emergency class for us, so that we'll check it out together. But once you open your Afri Investor, you will see stock, you will see commercial papers, you will see treasury bills. Okay. Can you see my screen? Can you see it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you can see where you can invest in Nigerian stock. You can see that the federal government saving bonds. You can see treasury bills. You can see commercial paper. So that's still there in your Afri Investor. Please let me rush back to my slide so that we can just continue. So the third one, okay, the interest rate, it can range from 12% to 24% per annum. There was even time itself, I think even Dangote gave up to that percentage last year. Yeah. So these are different fixed income investment you can check out as the Lord continue to increase us and your finance continue to grow. Time will come whereby you say, let me just put it here. I don't have strength. So federal government bonds is another fixed income investment. Now, what the federal government? This one they are long-term debt instruments issued by federal government to finance projects, all right, and budget deficit. Now, this particular one now is usually it's not for those that don't have money. I think the minimum amount you can use to start this one is 50 million. All right, it's 50 million, and the duration is usually from 2 years and above. Although to put your money anytime you want, you can even do it up to 30 years, 40 years. You can lend that 50 million to them and be receiving your interest. You know, I think they pay interest twice a year. All right, and like I said before, it is also low risk. If you want to get it, it is usually you will write letter through your broker. For example, Afri Investor, yeah, they do that. Other stock broker firms also do that. So you can tell them you are interested. When the offer comes out, they will let you know. You put in your money, and then when the time comes, you keep enjoying your interest until the tenure expires. All right. So So the interest rate is usually 12% to 20% per annum, depending on the tenor and market conditions. All right. It's federal government saving bond. I know you may be confusing now. So what's the difference between federal government bonds and federal government saving bond? Now, the only difference in these two things is that federal government saving bond, they are short term, unlike federal government bonds that are long term. All right. And this federal government saving bond, the capital is also little. You can use smaller amount of money to start it. I think as little as 100,000, maybe 5,000 self. You can even start this saving bond, and they pay quarterly. Yeah, they pay quarterly. Now, for those of us at our CEO that pay salary, you can say, okay, I will do this federal government saving bond every month. There's a way that you will do it every month. You can be paying yourself small salary. I will explain. Since they pay quarterly. Okay, let me open my calculator. Let me open my calculator. Where's my calculator again? Oh, where's my calculator? I'm coming. Let me open my calculator so that you will appreciate what I'm talking about. Sorry, I'm trying to rush so that I will not keep you all waiting. All right. So those that have question can also ask their question. Where is my calculator? Calculator. Oh my. I can't find my calculator. Okay. All right. All right. Let me show you something. Okay, this is saving bond now. Okay, all right. Can you all see my screen? Can you see my screen?
No, sir.
Ah. Voila. Share screen. Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
All right.
It has gone up.
Okay. Huh?
We can see it again.
Hey.
It's back now.
Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's say you are doing federal government saving bond now, and you want to make it in such a way that you'll be earning income every month. So let's say you have 1 million naira. You can come here and you invest let's say 1 million naira. All right. Okay. And then the second month again, you invest 1 million naira. All right. Okay, or let's say naira. Okay, so look at it. Look at it now. So let's say in the first month I invested 1 million naira. Second month I invested 1 million naira. Third month I invested 2 million naira. Now this is what happens now. Because I want to make it in such a way that I'll be earning monthly income. Remember, they pay quarterly, right? As I told us, they pay quarterly. What will now happen is this. Since it's quarterly, I invested which month? Let's say I invested in the month of let's say I invested in the month of July. Okay, that means 3 months time will be August, right? Wait, if I invest in month of July, 3 months time will be August, September, October, right? That means by October I'll be receiving 44,170, right? Then the one I invested in August, you mean that by November, that is August, September, October, November, that's 3 months will be November, right? November I should be receiving 44,170 again. Then the one I invested in September, that will be by December I should be receiving. Remember, I invested 2 million. That means by December I should be receiving 88,340. So, and that is how it keeps running till the end of that tenure. By the time this one is ending, the following month again, I'll keep receiving that amount. Let's say every 3 months for the first one, 3 months for the second one, 3 months for the third one. So by the time 3 months straight, by the time each cycle is ending, another one has started. So by the time this last one that they paid me in December is ending, January, by the time of January, the one for July has reached again. I received that one again. So that can actually give you consistent income every month, actually. But this one now, for you to see something meaningful there, it means you have to do it with large amount of money, like I said. But if you have 5,000, you can still do it with as little as 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, and you'll be seeing small, stuff on top. So that is that for federal government saving bond. They pay quarterly, and the tenure is usually 2 years to 3 years. So you can choose to do 2 years. You can also choose to do 3 years. So this software is just a calculator, calculate all those stuff. All right. Let me go back to my slide. Okay. So the interest rate, like I said, is typically 10 to 16% per annum, depending on the monthly offer and prevailing interest rates. So the platforms you can get it is AfriInvestor is one of them. It's our popular one for now. So before we continue, please, does anybody have question? Any question? Any question? Okay. Mrs. Miriam, you can ask a question.
Yes. But I feel it's going to take us a little bit. Just that I missed out when you had this network issue.
Alright.
So I think by the time I was able to reconnect, you've already gone far. The bonds, I didn't really get what bonds is.
Okay.
I just met you as when you were talking about the types also. So I really didn't get that part.
All right. I said that bonds, there are 2 bonds actually. We have the federal government bonds and we also have the saving bond. We also have the saving bond. So the federal government bonds, they are long-term loan that we give to federal government. They use it for infrastructure, then they pay interest. For federal government bonds, it can be up to 30 years. So you can actually give them money for as long as up to 30 years, and they will pay you interest annually, twice a year, as long as the money is with them. You can also choose to end your what do you call it again? You can choose to end your appointment with them, all right, and withdraw all your money. So, but for saving bond, the saving bond is short-term loan you give to them. Now, a federal government bond, the minimum amount is 50 million. While the saving bond, it can use as little as 5,000, 100,000 to do it. And you can actually do them in Afri Investor. So if you need it, you can write to them. There's an email there. You can write to them, or there are sometimes that the saving bond can be announced on the platform. You key in. I don't know if it's clear.
Yes, very. Thank you.
You're welcome. Please, any other question? Because I want it to the last session of the class of the course. Any other question, please? Okay. So let's go to the last part of the class. Okay. Diversifying your portfolio. Diversifying your portfolio. So having learned a lot in this financial clarity masterclass, how do we diversify our portfolio? Let's say you have 1 million naira, you have 500 million naira. You have the money now. How do I know where to put my money? And what determines how to apportion my money for it to be safe? That is what diversifying your portfolio is all about. Because some persons have asked me, okay, sir, I have 10,000 naira, I have 50,000 naira, I don't know where to put the money. Now, I want to teach us what actually determines where to put your money. All right, so that you will know what works for you. It's very important. So that is what this last course is all about: diversifying your portfolio. So actually, there are three important things that affect what your portfolio will look like. Number one is your age. Actually, if you are younger, it's expected that you should take higher risk. All right, if you are younger, you should take higher risk. You should have what I call it, a little greed. All right, to make more money, to acquire more, knowing fully well that if you lose it all, you still have the energy and the time to regain. Or like someone that is older, 50 years, 70 years, you should take less risk, because if you lose, you know what that means. So age is a determinant factor when it comes to diversifying your portfolio. And when it comes to age, I will still tell us on this on a rule of thumb for age. We'll still get there. So your age is very important when it comes to your portfolio. The second one is your risk appetite. I want to explain this one very well. Your risk appetite. You see here, there are some persons that cannot manage risk. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Not everybody can manage. In fact, there's some of us here. I don't want to call name. Last year, I told I told her to buy a particular stock, so she bought it almost every day. Every minute, she'll be checking the portfolio. So the more the stock drops, her BP rises. Once the stock is dropping, her BP is rising. Her heart will be pushing up and down. You know, if you're like that, you cannot manage risk. So you should know the one that works for you. For some of you now, you may say that, okay, this crypto thing is not for me, or this stock thing is not for me. Someone even told me last week. She said, I'm not interested I'm not interested in investing. Can you see hear me? Please, can we hear me? Can we hear me?
I can
We
hear
can
you, sir.
hear you, sir. We can hear you, sir.
All right. Someone told me last week. She said that this stock stuff thing is not for.
Hello, sir. Are you still there? We can't hear anything.
Voila. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, we can hear you now, but we can't see your screen. Did you
Okay,
mute it?
sorry. Let me share screen again.
We can see it now.
All right. So, as I was saying,
Sir, are you there?
can we hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you now.
Hey, it's as if once I start sharing stream, you can no longer hear me. Yeah. All right. So let me just talk since there's nothing there again in the screen. So as I was saying, you should know yourself and know if you can tolerate a particular risk, or better still, you can still train yourself to manage risk. When it comes to stock investments or crypto, you can give it time. You can say, okay, let me give it 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, some self 20 years. You can keep holding. All right. I bought a particular stock last year, CWG. I bought it, I think, around April. And now by this January now, my money has doubled. Yeah, I have made 101% from the time I bought it. That was because I waited patiently. All right. I also bought Omatech. I told you people, as of December, I was still losing. As of last week, Tuesday, I was still losing until Friday. That was when I regained my money and saw a little profit on top. So it's all about you being stable, managing your emotion and other. So you must understand your risk appetite. Your risk appetite. How much risk are you willing to tolerate? All right, when it comes to stock investing. And like I told you before, once you have made your investigation, your researches, and you find out that this stock is actually very perfect, it's a good stock, it's a good company. I've taught us how to do those market research on the companies. The management is okay. They have good profit margin and all that and all that. Just rest. Just leave what is happening in the market and relax. Like currently now, Access Bank has been fluctuating somehow, but you can just relax, knowing fully well that this company is actually a good company. So, like I said, diversify your portfolio, your risk. Then number three is your investment goal. Very, very important. See, let me tell you, before you buy any stock or before you begin to invest, what are your goals? When I began to teach us on this financial clarity, I think the first day or second day, I said your why. What is your why? Why am I doing this? And I told her that the bigger your why, the larger the way you take things serious. Like the bigger your why, the bigger your pursuit. All right. So what are your investment goals? Okay. Do you say I want to invest this money now? After 5 years, let me use it to buy land. Okay, I want to buy land, 2 plots of land in so play. Okay, that means let me just buy stock. If after 5 years my money has gotten to this point, I will use it to buy land. Have your goal. Or I'm buying this stock. Once I make 50% from it, I sell it. Or once I make your goal, you should have a definite goal, so that no matter what is happening in the market, it no concern you. All right. What are your goals? For example, so someone told me last week. She said that I just want to log this money for a particular time, 1 year. After 1 year, I take it. Yes, that's a goal. She has a definite goal. Please, as an investor, please have a goal. Have plan for all your money. If you don't have plan for them, they have plan for you. It is when you have this goal, you will know when to go in, when to come out. It's not maybe you saw that the market is crashing. You say, hey, you rush out. No, have your goal and be and stick to it. Unless the your heart or the Holy Spirit tells you otherwise, or yeah, remove your money, then you do so. All right. So have your goal. Let me know the last one. So I told
Hello, sir, are you there?
I'm here. Okay, can you hear me now? Can
Yes,
you
sir,
hear
we
me?
can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm saying how to know the amount of your portfolio, your money that should be a different part of this investment. A rule was stated. They said that how to know the percentage of the money, your money that will be in stock is 100 minus your age. Hey, they said 100 minus your age, meaning that, let's say, whose age should I use for now? Whose age? Can someone give me his or her age? Okay, we are shy. Okay. No, nobody wants to say their age. All right. Let's say that
Use mine. I'm 35. Use mine.
let's say that you are 35 years old now, and
Yes, sir.
you want to invest and you have let's say 1 million naira to invest, and you are thinking, how should I invest it? You can say, okay, 100 minus 35 is how much? Is how many? 65, right? It means that 65% of that your money should go to stock, while the remaining 35% should now go to fixed income, like money market mutual fund and these ones I mentioned today. Meaning that, okay, that 65% of 1 million, that is 650,000. You should just scatter them in stocks, and maybe little will go to crypto, right? And the remaining 350 should now go to, let's say, money market. If it were me, I will put it in money market mutual fund. Or if there is any commercial paper, if there's any let's say commercial paper or treasury bill that comes out, I may put it there. All right. So it means, but meanwhile, this is just a rule of thumb. It is not definite. You can say, okay, no. In fact, there's even a school of thought that says is 110 minus your age. Some say no, 120 minus your age. But you can say no. I want 40% of my portfolio or 50% of my portfolio to be in stock. Meanwhile, as you are getting older, it is advisable that you should reduce the amount of money you put in stock. Why? Let's say you are 60 years or 70 years now. You cannot go and pack all your money and put in stock. Who you want to impress? Because even sometimes the stock market can go down, right? And you're already in your retirement. So it's better you just put it in fixed income and be enjoying yourself. But if you're someone that is still 25, 30, at least it can hold a particular stock for 20 years, 30 years, just like Warren Buffett that held stock shares in Apple, Coca-Cola, and Amazon and all these things. He held like Coca-Cola and Apple for more than 30 years. He was holding. But now he's 91 years. He should be removing his money there and putting them in a fixed, although those companies are actually stable. But then, if you are still young, you can put your money in, in stock. So it can hold up to 20 years, 30 years. I don't know if it's clear. Is it clear? Hello, can we hear me?
Yes, sir. That's very good, sir. Yes, sir.
So, all right. Any question? Any question? Does anybody have question? Does anybody have question? All right, no question. So it's assumed that everything thought was well understood. Ma?
Question, sir.
Oh yeah, ask a question, ma.
For example, the people that bought the J stock last week that got increased within the week, what are we expected to do with the profit? Are we to reinvest it, just leave it there, or withdraw?
All right. It depends on your goal. My J stock is almost hitting 90 something percent, and I'm still holding. In fact, I even want to top up more and more. That is based on my own investment goal. But you may say, okay, no, I want to be taking my profit. If you want to take your profit, you can just you can say, okay, let me take my profit. Let's say you invested with 5,000 and now it's already 7,000. You can choose, okay, let me take away my 5,000 and leave the rest there. All right. You may say, okay, no, let me sell everything and use the money and do other things. Or you may say, no, let me just leave it there. Let it keep increasing. Let me give you an example. I bought one year company like that stock last year, either Regalens or so. So after buying the stock, it was very low. I think I bought it at 0.8 naira. That is 80 kobo. All right. So I bought it. After buying it, it happened that 2 weeks later, federal government released a policy that that favored, before you know it, insurance companies, all their stock began to boom, 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 boom. Omo, the small money where I put 5,000 naira became 15K. That was how I sold half of it because I've already made double of my money, right? So I sold half and then left the remaining one there, and that one is still there. I've taken my money back. That was because of my investment goal. So now, depending on your investment goal, you can choose to sell it, take your profit, or you can choose to keep. You can choose to top up. You can also choose to. In fact, it all depends on you. All right. Is it clear?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I also want to ask, what's your suggestion on investment? Would you advise we invest with a particular broker or we diversify with diverse brokers? Let's say, for example, you're investing with AfriInvest. Is it also at Carrywise or others, or you should just focus on one? Because I've heard so many thoughts people talk about having your stock in one place, while others will say you shouldn't have it in one place, you should diversify. What's your suggestion on that?
Okay, me personally, if you have any trusted broker, you can keep your stock there. The reason why they say you should diversify is because if you put all your investment in one platform, if peradventure anything happens, you will hang. Meanwhile, when it comes to Nigeria Stock Exchange, whichever broker you are using, it does not really matter like that. Reason being that an account is created for you in the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So whichever broker you are using, you have a central account number, just like your BVN. Whichever bank you are using, your BVN is your BVN. If you go to that bank, it's still the same BVN. All right. So there's what they call CHN and CSCS. If you check your AfriInvest or anyone you're using, you will see it there. So with that one, you can actually recover your stock. All right. But coming to your question, I would still suggest you should stick to a particular one that you trust more. Me personally, I trust AfriInvestor. That's why I'm sticking with them. And Optimus, I like Optimus too. And I have direct contact with Optimus CEO, so I stick with them. If there's any challenge, I can easily chat him up and tell him this. So that is why I stick around them. I also use Carrywise, right? I mentioned that last year I was doing a money market mutual fund using Optimus. Then I now realized that Carrywise was higher, so I moved my fund from Optimus to Carrywise because their interest rate was higher than that of Optimus, and I'm enjoying it. So now I use just Optimus, AfriInvestor, and Carrywise. So you can choose to diversify, use different platforms. You can still choose to stick to one, but it's all about the one you trust very well. Some people will say I prefer Bamboo. That Bamboo is easier for me. Still, stick with it. Some will say no, I like Truth. You can still use Truth. So whichever one. All right.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Any other question?
Can you leverage on your accessibility and proximity to the Optimus CEO and bargain for a better packages for this being hilarious though? Sorry.
For a better what?
For a better package for us, for those of us in the inner circle
What do you mean
that
by
would want to invest with them.
That will be possible if let's say we gather funds, let's say get funds together and then invest as a group. I think there should be different package for that. But until then, maybe with time, we are still growing. With time, we'll get there. All right.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Please, another question? Please ask your question now. Okay.
Question.
Okay, ask your question, Ma.
Okay. Lisa, I'm currently on Play Store and I can see 4 different Optimus apps. So which one exactly is the one that you speak of, sir?
None of the above.
Hey.
Optimus has changed their name. It's now Plutus Neo. So
okay,
check the one that is Plutus Neo.
Okay, I found it, sir. By AfriInvest.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Another question? So, someone asked me a question in the group chat. All right.
Okay. So, will you recommend, let's say let's say come together to do an investment together with a plan to maybe get a land or something else? Do you recommend that money being taken into the stock market, or it's risky since it's like lots of people's money being put together?
Please come again.
Okay, so I was will you recommend if resources that, let's say 5 or 6 persons put together, let's say to get a land, maybe like the next 3 years, that kind of money being put into the stock market, will you recommend something like that? Okay. Oh.
Hello, sir.
Okay, sorry. I said, I didn't know that I omitted myself. Sorry. I said I will not recommend unless the six of them agree to put it in stock markets and then put it in a, let's say, a speculative growth or a growth stock that can actually appreciate within the since let's say 3 years. There are some stock that no matter what, they can actually be better after 3 years using strong. I mean, the stock that have strong fundamentals. All right, but they almost agree. It should not be something that maybe one person comes up and because he's the one holding the money, he now says, okay, let me go and put it in stock. Then during that time, the money will have increased. Whoa, it will shock you. But it's better that it is everybody that agree so that should in case anything happens, we know that, okay, we all agreed to it. But aside that, I will strongly recommend if it's huge amount of money, let's say 2 million, I will say, okay, we can put it in money market mutual fund, right? It can also give you maybe by the end of that 3 years, since they pay their dividend quarterly, the money must have doubled or we will be close to doubling. All right. So that is my own suggestion on that. But that does not mean that there are no stocks that can actually double or triple or quadruple within that. There are stocks like that, and even some of them that I've listed in the platform. There are some of them that in 3 years' time they will definitely double or triple. All right. So that's my counsel concerning that. Another question.
Thank you, sir. None, sir.
All right. Prosper asked me a question. He said, for someone that has, what should I, or what do I recommend the person should do with the money? And the person doesn't know what to do with the money. What should I recommend? Prosper, can you hear me? When I wanted to answer his question, network then kicked him out. All right. I wanted to ask him if he has gotten clarity on that. But since network has kicked him out, I may likely pause it then. Please, any other question? Let's call it a night. Another question? Okay, Prosper, you're back. Prosper, you're back.
Yes, sir. I've been here, just that my network have been disturbing.
I noticed. So concerning the question you asked me, I told you I will answer plus having clarity on that.
Yes, I've gotten clarity on it. But if you can just shed more light on it, because I actually have someone who has that problem and just kept it in normal. From the class, I was able to get we just kept it in bank and just let it down. That's what I need to ask, because money just there is some.
Advise the person, since the person does not have plan for it. Advise the person to just put it in money market mutual fund. You can put for the person. Let them just put it in money market mutual fund until the person what he or she wants to do with the money. The money will be giving him or quite little interest. Her bank will give her. All right.
Okay, sir. And it's done at any time.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, you are welcome. So before I call it a night, I was saying something at the beginning of the class before network kicked me out or kicked us out. I was saying the things that has to do with opportunity. I asked a question in the group chat. I said, who is free? And some persons entered my DM. So I now asked I asked each of them, can you prepare PowerPoint? They said the first the first 4 persons said no. All right. And the remaining last 3 said yes. But out of that 3, 1 was late. Second person was not that disposed. But the the first person was not the person that actually did the PowerPoint. I paid person almost twice the amount of money used to register for this class. So I'm not saying that opportunity will always come, but it's important for us to always be prepared. I was reading a book, Richest Man in Babylon, and I saw something that opportunity is a haughty goddess that wastes no time with those that are unprepared. That is just it. If you are not prepared, opportunity will be passing over you over and over and over and over and over again. So I'm telling us, please be ready. Whether you have seen the opportunity or not, just be sharpening yourself, preparing yourself. Arm yourself with every possible skill you can, and you don't know the one you will need. And one thing about opportunity is that they don't pre-inform you that I'm coming. No, please let us always be ready when it comes to this wealth building. Please be ready, and also be smart and wise enough to recognize opportunity. All right, prepare yourself for it, and also be wise to recognize this, because sometimes people don't even see opportunities. some of us now around us in our environment, there are many opportunities to make money there, but we cannot recognize it. So please, I will still fix a class, but though it's not part of the curriculum, but maybe towards month end, if I'm disposed, we'll talk about business ideas, in fact, there I'll be sharing with you people how I make my money, how you find out that it's all about solving problems, opportunities and all that. All right. So please let us keep on improving ourselves, in knowledge, in getting skills, and improving our value. There's a place that says that time and chance happen to all. So if it's what you do with time that will determine the chance you take. So when that chance comes, if you are not prepared, if you have wasted your time, chance will not waste their time on you. They'll just move on. All right. Please let us keep up. I was not so happy with the fact that some persons were not able to embrace the one I threw. From time to time, more opportunities will still come like this. And I pray that even beyond this class, we'll be ready to embrace as many opportunities, including the one that will change our life forever, in the name of Jesus. So thank you all for joining tonight. This is actually our last class for this inner circle. Henceforth, it will just be interactive session. I will get someone to throw light on crypto. Yeah, I've already told the person. So one of these days, we'll just fix a class on crypto opportunities so that we'll know how to, get in that aspect. So thank you so much for it. Shall be a good night. Good night.